What is up, Dan fam? We're currently live with a brand new store. This is pretty cool. There's 32 people right now on the site. I don't know if you can see that. 32, and this is actually the Shopify app. I don't know why it's not focusing. So here we go. I have it in focus. 32. Okay, so there we go. But yesterday we went ahead and we hit 1.1K in sales, and I'll break everything down, and I'm gonna tell you and reveal to you the 4 exact steps that I recommend following in order to get this. And by the way, this is a brand new store. So the principles I'm teaching you about here today are ones that are a direct derivative that I teach inside 100K Blueprint. It's just that these are really dumbed down for a massive audience. It's for everybody to watch and learn and give you as much insightful content as I can within the short 7-minute time frame that I have with your attention. So without any further ado, let's get into number 1. And again, I take thorough notes in order to make sure I explain everything to you. Number 1, what did I do is find proven ads. And what I like to do with that, and I'll give you a cool little tip as well, is that if you go to like Instagram, for example, you'll notice that there's a lot of ads that appear on your newsfeed. So I mean, even right here, I just opened this up, and there's like this little ad that just appeared, and it's like a glowstone ring, 140,000 views. So what do I do with this? I'll just click saved. And again, it just so happens, and this happens over time, it just so happens that I get all these dropshipping ads because all I save when I see the sponsored ads, like I look for sponsored, the Grand Voyage footwear design. This is clearly a dropshipping store as well. These are just images in a slideshow. I'll keep going, and stuff that has a lot of views. Even this, Forge X Foster, it just seems like it's a nice watch actually, but I'm not gonna save that. But if you go ahead and start doing that, if you start saving stuff in your Instagram, Instagram's actually gonna be able to go ahead, buy your saved and put ads that are extremely relevant to me and you. So for example, what does that mean exactly? Is that if you go and take a look at my saved, and only I can see my saved, there's legitimately only dropshipping products here. They're all dropship products that you can go ahead and use. Like this right over here, 93,000 views, this fully auto clamping car mount with fast wireless charging capabilities. And it shows the car mount, and this is like an AliExpress product. So I save a lot of these, and if I go back to my homepage and I see sponsored ads, these ads are legitimately other dropshipping products. Now, if you want to shortcut that, because it has taken me a very long time to only get these particular type of products that have crazy engagements, and I can find them on AliExpress very, very easily. This is one of the biggest shortcuts. I got somebody to ask me, or somebody asked me, Dan, how do you find these products so rapidly? It's because I kind of use Instagram as a little way to growth hack it, and Instagram just shows me these viral dropshipping products for some reason. Well, not for some reason, because I save them. But if you want to shortcut this, I found out a really cool method. It's if you go to the product, if you find a product that is clearly being drop shipped, what you do is not only do you save it, you actually go to the checkout process, but you never finish buying. You just initiate checkout as you being the customer, and then what Facebook does is they gather that data and say, okay, this person wants these type of products, these drop shipping type of products, delivered right to them, so we're gonna keep showing them more of these products. So you become kind of like an inner working spy by working with the algorithm. It's really, really cool. So that's one of the biggest ways where I go out and find products right now. It takes a while to build up. I'd say 2 to 3 weeks, because you have to hope to find one of those dropshipping products that appears on your newsfeed. And again, that doesn't happen, you know, you can't like ask Facebook to show it to you, it just happens. And then you save it and you go and initiate checkout, and then you'll start noticing more similar products that are clearly from AliExpress that you can go ahead and dropship as well. So that's a huge growth hack that you can use, and I'm gonna talk about number 2. So number 2 is all about running test ads. And at the end of this, number 3 is all of my stats as well. And just so you know, the reason why I'm doing this from scratch is because I'm making a 7-day, almost like a collage, but it's gonna be a case study. Taking a brand new store, it's completely brand new, and I'm gonna try to hit anywhere from $1,000 to $2,500 a day. Yesterday was the first day I ran ads, and I already hit the first goal of $1,100. Next one I'm going for today is $1,500, and then I'm gonna shoot for $2,000 plus every day after that. And I'm even gonna explain profit margins and all that, and how we're even gonna make more money. But you wanna run test ads. Here's one thing that I wrote down that I really need to emphasize with you is when it comes to drop shipping, especially, you know, running ads for the drop shipping model, is you can't be emotionally tied to your ads. And this is some higher level thinking that I talk about inside the 100K blueprint and really break down the psychology of this. But a lot of people, they'll create ads and then they'll give up because they lost $200. You never really lost $200. Theoretically, yes. I mean, it's not even theoretical that you lost it. You legitimately lost $200, right? This is, again, a theoretical situation. But you lost $200, but is it a total loss? No, because number one, now you know it doesn't work and you have the data that Facebook gave to you, and I mean, then again, Facebook collected, and now they have more data to help you out in the long term. So it's never really a waste, and those of you that become too emotionally attached to your campaign are typically the ones that end up saying, oh, this is a scam, it doesn't work, and I blew so much money, and clearly this is, you know, only a few lucky people get to make a lot of money, and that's not the case. The people that go out there and lose a lot of money and then say it's a scam because they lost a lot of money become emotionally attached to it. And given as a human, psychologically, we get attached to money because that is how we live. So I can't blame you guys that do that, but I just really want you to get out of that mindset and don't be afraid to test. So again, I don't know exactly how that campaign was gonna perform yesterday or the campaigns were gonna perform yesterday, but you should go out there and roll out ads and start testing and create, you know, different creatives. And I use something called slide.ly or promo.com. It's the same thing. I don't know who bought who, but Slidely, SLIDE.ly creates these type of videos. I'm gonna show you exactly one of the ads that I'm currently running, and just take a look at it.
Right now, I got this beat in my head. Right now, I want to dive into this world. Let it out for the crowd, let it out. Yeah, be proud, give a fuck.
So that was an example ad that I wanted to go ahead and show you on how it looked, and that was created with Slidely. Very easy, and you can do it with live video or with images if you don't have the product in hand. I mean, I have so many products over here, so check this out. These are just a few products right over here. I had to create live video in order to create the ads for the product. This one projects a keyboard. This is really cool. But again, you get it. I can see my camera battery is about to die, so I want to speed things up a little bit. Don't want to waste too much of your time. So my stats, okay, we had around $1,100 in sales, $400 cost of goods, a $500 ad spend, and to be precise, around $417, but I rounded it up. Just again, I want to go ahead in worst case scenario, it was like $417 or something like that, and 500 ad spend, so I rounded it up. Around $215 profit from $1,100 sold, and that's okay, that's great, I'm in profit, I'm green. I expected to take a loss. Even if I did take a loss, I would technically still be able to profit. And how do I do that? Well, it's the scaling strategy that we use. As a matter of fact, take a look at Dennis, and I was recently with Dennis, started talking to Dennis, and he told me about the 20% scaling strategy that he followed, and this is something I taught in the 100K blueprint, and we do the same exact scaling strategy still, is we take 20% of a campaign, and how we do it is a little bit, it's not elaborate, it's just common sense, but common sense isn't so common. What we do is we increase the budgets, we duplicate the campaign, and if it's a winning campaign, we'll go ahead and let it run, but we'll duplicate the budget by 20% every 72 hours. So every 3 to 5 days, we'll go ahead and duplicate it and increase the budget 20%. And we increase it based on the amount that it was at. So if it's $10 and we scale it, we go ahead to $12, because again, 20% of 10 is 2, and then you go ahead and add that to 10, which is 12, and then we take 12, 20% of 12, and then we add that onto 12, and that's how we keep scaling. So it compounds essentially, even though compounding is just like a multiple of itself, but essentially we're just 20%ing every single budget that we have left off app. So that's 20%. That's something that I really go in depth with inside the 100K blueprint. So again, those are the 3 tips that I wanted to go ahead and share with you, and I seem like I'm speeding up a little bit because I can literally tell the battery's flashing that it's gonna die on this camera, and I wanna give you all the information before that happens. So Dan Fam Notification Squad, those were, the number 1 was huge, okay, in regards to finding products. Number 2 is don't get too attached. Number 3 is the results that I had. Number 4 is scaling up and how we're doing it with a 20% strategy. And like I said, that's all in the 100K blueprint. However, there's no way for you to buy it at this point. There is a waiting list for when we reopen. It's in the comments or the description. It's using ManyChat, and it'll notify you right when we have slots to open up of 100K Blueprint this year. So without any further ado, ladies and gentlemen, Dan Fam Notification Squad, it's been a pleasure. If you haven't done so yet, make sure you're subscribed to me here on YouTube with notifications on so you get these videos delivered right to your phone, right to your inbox. Not only that, make sure you're following me on Instagram because I go ahead and I show which products are performing really well, and I'll even go ahead and do screen captures or live stories of my particular ad account or Shopify and show you what's going on in the back end. So make sure you're following me there and make sure you're subscribed on YouTube with notifications. It's been a pleasure and I'll see you tomorrow.